Update time. So the wall got built and I've been mainly focusing on getting the master bedroom done, which it is, as you can see, carpeted. All the panelling has been done and the lights are in and they are on the same system as my dad had, except we've got two different separate lights. So yeah, really focused on this room. Got it all ready so that the family can move back in from the annex this week. All we need just to finally do that is to get the toilet in up here. So this is the ensuite. Just need to plumb in the toilet now and the basin. This has already been also been focused. Everything apart from this little bit here has been done. Like an idiot, I wired in put the extractor fan in the wrong way round, so it was blowing instead of sucking. So I had to cut a hole in the plaster there just to get in there and swap it around again. So a little bit of tidying up there to do with the plaster, and then finish off the roof. And the ensuite is done as well. Got the towel rail, got the power shower. I'm not going to turn it on because I want this all to be really dry so that I can give it a good silicone tomorrow. But as I said before, it's a dual system, so we've got the overhead full and then also that, and it all operates off the side buttons there, and it's all worked out perfectly. There's only one little tiny leak on the overhead where the copper pipe comes through. I forgot to put a rubber washer on there, so the water started gushing back against the tiles when I first turned it on. 5 minutes later it was all working perfectly, so really happy with that. Tiling went really well. Some awkward cuts in here. I thought all this was going to look a bit dodgy, but when the final grout went in, covers up all sorts of problems, so actually ended up looking really good. And the sliding doors, which just magnet on the end and clunk nicely. So yeah, really good shower enclosure. Towel, everything I said before is all fine. I've just got to put the lights in. Need second coat of paint on the ceiling there before I put the lights in. The coving went on about an hour ago. It's the lightweight polystyrene stuff, really good. Unlike the plaster stuff, which is heavy, this lightweight polystyrene, all you have to do is run a bead of glue down one end, just one bead of glue, pop it up and it holds its own weight, lovely. I used a full 3 metre length up there, and I did have to I popped in just a little nail either end just to hold it up so it wouldn't fall down under its own weight, but that was fine. They cover up quite well. I mean, I'm not the best. The joins aren't perfect, but there's one over here. There was a join over here and I can't actually find it anymore, so I must have done all right. Radiator went in as well. That was a pain in the bum. This valve down here, absolute nightmare. 4 attempts to get that to work without any sort of leak. I don't know why. I was using PTFE tape and liquid PTFE, and it's still little tiny drips, like every half an hour one drip in the end, and it was driving me crazy, but we got there in the end. So yeah, everything else is really nice. I got annoyed. I was doing the painting and I got annoyed doing the cutting in on the skirting and the architraves, so we went for colour saturation instead. So all the walls, all the architrave, all the skirts and the back of the door are all exactly the same paint. Saturate it all, and then the coving and the ceiling's a different colour. And then on the back here, it's Inkwell, which is a feature wall colour. I've got these beetles, his and her beetles. So in the end, I worked this panelling out. So I started off doing like even squares along there, but it didn't line up very nicely. So then I put one square around the light socket and decided to work from that outwards. And so this is like a 700 space, then a 350 space, then a 700 space, and then on the end it's just whatever. I mean, I think that's like 280 or something, but you just can't tell on the ends because they're so far apart. They just, unless you get right up, you never really tell that there's, because of perspective, you can never really tell that they're not the same measurement as everything else. So it's worked out really well. So in this room, we're going to have his and hers king size beds. Because I've got a back injury, I toss and turn all night, so sleeping next to me is no good. So we'll have our own beds, and the room is so big that we can get 2 king size in here. We've ordered all the furniture. We've gone for like solid oak stuff, but it's painted charcoal. We've got a 3-door wardrobe going there, and we've got a chest of drawers going there, and the TV will be above it on the wall. And I've put a network cable and power to go behind the TV, so we can just go straight on the internet. And I don't like relying on Wi-Fi. I like everything to be wired. And the same here with the switches. I think I told you about those last time. The only thing I haven't done is put in that safety shut-off switch for the extractor fan, which is a 2-minute job. So I'll get to it soon, I'm sure. Elsewhere, I kind of got to a certain point and just stopped because, the priority was to get that in. So the gun cabinet's in there, all of the stuff for the showers behind the gun cabinet, but there was no leaks, so we're all fine there. I kept that panel off until that shower was on as well, but no leaks, so that's all fine there. So now if I need to shut the shower off, this will be behind the cabinets in the bathroom, and that'll still have access to that, so I can shut the water off to the shower if there is some sort of problem. We can pull the gun cabinet out if we need to get to the electric, so all good there. Bath is all tiled, extractors in, but I haven't put the side panel on yet, and I haven't put the tiles above here yet, so that's the next on the list, but it isn't the priority right now. The priority is get that ensuite, toilet in, so that the family can get moved out of the annex, so that I can get that finished. The valve system wasn't working, putting them both into one, so I'm separated them into separate, and I've decided before I was going to try and take them out the back and go through that, but it's actually going to be really awkward. And then I thought to myself, why not just take them out the side, because the flat roof's out there for the annex, so I can just stand on that, and it's way easier. And I hadn't even finished the siding out there now, so now I've done the siding up to everything but the very top panel, and the top panel hasn't been put in yet, and I can actually cut it properly around the extractor vents when I put them through, so they have to go through next week for that. Back of the door for the bathroom has been painted in the same colour as the bathroom. That's Cannonball feature wall paint, and then the other side of the door is the same as the bedroom. So I can't even remember what that's called. A hint of nutmeg or something, like a dash of nutmeg. So there we go on that. I spoke to a plasterer. He's going to be coming in. I'm going to point him at this room first, once everyone's moved in to the master bedroom, and then downstairs in the old office I'm going to just put the ceiling up and leave it as it is and get all the computers in there, and then the plasterer can get like a bedroom done, and then we can move a child into that and get the next bedroom done and move a child into that, so he can be doing that while I'm next door in the annex taking care of that. So there we go. It's been, I don't know, I think it's been 2 weeks maybe, something like that. But yes, it's been full throttle. I haven't had a day off, not even one day off. I've took my dad out for lunch one day, and apart from that, one visit to the hospital, and I did 1 day of actual work. Helped Andy with a big install, big old house filled out with shutters. So yeah, everything else I've just been devoting my time to this. So there we go. Next time I should be back in the annex. See you then.